All right, guys, looks like we got lucky once again, and we're going to have Donald J. Trump back on the Marco Reviews podcast. We're still waiting for Kamala Harris to let us know if she wants to join, but no answers. No answers there. Anyway, let's get started. All right, welcome back on the show, Donald Trump. It's great to have you once more here with us on the Marco Reviews podcast. And I'd like to ask you a few questions now that you are president-elect. So let's start with a really easy one. You said that as president-elect, you would stop the first two wars that were started under Biden's watch, the Gaza war and the Ukraine war, but they're still going on. How come that hasn't stopped?
Don't you know anything about politics, Marco Reviews? You lie, just to get elected.
As far as immigration goes, how do you plan to solve all the problems that we have with our broken system? What is your administration going to do? What are your plans? When is the Trumpian Inquisition going to start?
On day one, my special forces will round up all the illegal immigrants, especially MS-13 and Tren de Aragua.
I'm sure everybody's happy about that, left, right, up and down and sideways. However, what I'm wondering about is how will you handle those folks that are working hard, like cleaners, people who have integrated into the system, nannies, and all that kind of stuff? How do you plan to handle them, or people that are working for corporate America and stuff like that, that are really part of the backbone of America?
It's very simple. If you don't have one of these, or one of these, you're out.
I see what you did there. You're getting people to enforce the laws of America. But be more specific. How is this really going to work?
Our special forces will check every home and every business. And if you don't have one of these, you're out.
So what you're saying is you managed to convince millions of people to vote for you who you're going to kick out of the country like pronto. So what is your advice to all the illegal immigrants? What should they start doing right now?
And they say Elon Musk is a genius. I'm the genius. Look what I accomplished. Not only can I laugh like him, but I'm getting people out of there pronto. Illegal migrants should make some calls and find jobs elsewhere. Deport yourselves. It's much better for you. Please don't wait for the Trumpian Inquisition. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be rough. Real rough. We're talking like Viktor Orban, Putin, and Zelensky rough.
So before we get to the important stuff about climate change, what's going on with the dogs and the cats these days? And does Kristi Noem have anything to do with it?
Roo, roo, roo. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? At Mar-a-Lago, we need someone like Kristi Noem to take care of the dogs and the cats before our top chefs get to work. I mean, this should be obvious.
So now that you have Elon Musk on the team and a bunch of really smart people running that business, are we going to have clean air, clean soil, and clean water finally? What are your plans for that stuff?
Just like the Rona, the plague that I handle so well, it'll all go away. It'll be great.
Well, now that you've hired the best minds in the world to work on this problem, I'm sure you guys are doing and handling this topic very, very carefully. Like, you've got a comprehensive plan on how this works. You're going to be filtrating water. You're going to be fixing soil. You're going to be having kinds of systems to filtrate the air, right? All of this stuff is happening now.
Our plan is the best plan there's ever been. We're going to start dismantling the FAA. Once we dismantle the FAA, rich people like me will be flying on electric drones, not those super polluting airplanes. They were doing this in China 20 years ago. We are a failing nation.
That's so cool. That's so great. That's so smart. So this way, we will reduce the amount of gas in the air. That's really smart. By using drones and electric vehicles to fly. Very, very smart. But what about, because pollution comes in many different forms, what about brake pads that basically take their own discards and suction them and bring them into the car instead of releasing them into the air? That would be a pretty smart plan. What about replacing all leaf blowers and lawnmowers and making those electric? That would help a lot in our community too. Have you thought of that?
Those seem like pretty good ideas, but Elon Musk has his hands full with his new wet dog perfume coming out.
Mr. President, just before you leave, it was great having you, by the way. One more question about illegal immigration. Once you get rid of all the illegals, who's going to take their place in all the jobs that they do right now?
We will bring in people from poor towns and legal migrants who have been stuck on the lottery system forever to do all the work. Don't worry, it'll be a beautiful thing.
I love it so much when you do the weave. That's so cool, man. All right, anyway, thank you for being on the show. Let's do one of those arm shakes. They're the best.
I know, right? Biden and Kamala can't do the weave. Don't worry, Marco. I got you covered. We will make arm shakes great again.
That's so great, Mr. President. I'm so glad you're going to bring back the arm shakes. That was the way. That's the real manly way to shake a hand.
You better believe it. Frack like a duck. Doge Force, Doge Force, Doge Force.
Likey